Well, welcome to Razorcast, brought to you by Razor Metal Reviews. As always, I'm the long-haired metalhead that is Chris.
And I'm the baldy metalhead that is also Chris. Thanks for bringing up the hair follicle thing.
The hair follicle thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, you've got slightly more hair than you usually have today.
Yeah, I look a bit tennis ball-like today.
You've gone for the Andre Agassi look, have you?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Well, today we're straight on to the news today. We've got plenty of things to talk about, I think.
Oh, I was struggling to find stuff this week, so I'm intrigued.
I've only picked up 4 things this week.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll head over to what we've been listening to in our headphones.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an interesting week. There's been some big releases, I feel.
Yeah. There's some new stuff that I've been listening to that's really interesting as well. So.
And then on Horns Up today, we're going to be talking about Metallica's Death Magnetic. And it was going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
You know, being a big, massive Metallica fan, you know, I should spill over this, but...
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one to talk about. I don't know about you, but I didn't want to do the obvious thing of going in and going, isn't Saint Anger better than people give it credit for? Because I don't think it is.
You're always going to get that from everyone. But then again, you could also do that with the collaboration album with Lou Reed.
Oh, get in the bin. I am the table.
So, alright, we'll head over straight to the news.
Yeah.
Fresh cuts.
Fresh cuts.
Where should we begin?
Okay, well, probably with the most exciting news of the week. I think. New fucking Guns N' Roses.
What?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know if you picked up on this.
Hold on. I missed that one.
Yeah.
Like, this week has been so disorganised for me. I've been in London for 5 days this week.
Yeah.
So I've literally just been non-stop wrestling all week. So I have totally missed this.
Yeah. Well, I wondered whether you had. So Guns N' Roses are releasing a massive re-release box set.
I saw that actually. That was going to cost
it's like 600 quid or something.
Yeah, there was that special edition which was like near on £1,000 or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's mental money. But I was listening to the That's Not Metal, and Bees was talking about like what you get in it because he's seen it. It sounds cool as fuck.
It does sound cool as fuck. I've seen the list of things.
If I had the money, if I had a spare 600-700 quid just floating around in my back pocket, I would definitely go and buy this. But I'm not. I don't, so I won't. But on that re-release, there's a new track.
Okay.
It's, by the sounds of it, it's a re-release, or it's a either rejigged or re-recorded version of basically a track that was left over from the Appetite recording sessions.
Oh, so like a demo they never released sort of thing?
Yes, exactly, yeah. So I think it was a sort of something they demoed, recorded, and...
So they just brushed it up now?
They brushed it up, tweaked it, and, you know, and released it with the thingy. So it's called Shadow of Your Love.
Okay.
And it's really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it very fitting to Appetite, or is it?
To be honest, weirdly enough, I think it almost sounds like it would fit. This song would fit perfectly on GNR Lies.
Oh, right, okay.
You know the first half of the album when it's the live stuff and it's fast and punky.
Oh, it's so good.
So snarly and just like foot to the floor. That's what this is. It's real sort of, the guitars are all sort of...
And that's recorded, recently? Or?
I don't know if they've re-recorded it or whether or not they've just remixed it and remastered it.
Because that'd be interesting to hear live.
Yeah, exactly. Download if they throw it in. I think it would be good. I think it'd be a great thing to chuck in as well.
Oh yeah, because it would just get the obvious out of the way, new music.
Yeah. Well, this is my point. I think this is just a re-release of a song that they've had kicking about.
Yeah.
But my brother pointed out to me that actually, if they are releasing this massive box set and they're celebrating that, and they're releasing tracks that people haven't heard, the GNR camp must be pretty happy.
Yeah, I could imagine so.
Which really excites me because if they're releasing stuff that they've got laying around and they've retweaked it and thing, almost like a...
To be fair, there could be many of things they've got laying around. This might be just one of many.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Axl's got tons of stuff left over from the fucking 16 years it took him to write Chinese Democracy.
God.
But it excites me so much hearing. The weird thing is, I listened to it and I was like, I've heard this before. Surely I've heard this before because it's so obviously GNR.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I miss just going, oh, I've never heard this GNR track before. You know, when you first discover them and you go, holy shit, this one's great. Holy shit, Garden of Eden. Holy shit, Locomotive. And you just keep going through going, holy shit. That was this. I've had that this week, just going, holy shit, new Guns N' Roses, yay!
See, now I've been having that same thing with a different band this week, but I'll talk about that on the headphones. But no, to be fair, that's exciting.
Yeah, particularly if it means that they're heading towards new music. I am going to be very excited.
Well, talking of new music, System of a Down have now completely, well, at least Darren has, and says that they're not going to be releasing anything now.
Yeah, I saw it. It was on my news items as well,
And I'm a bit sad by it. I mean, because I love System, and I think it's so overdue new stuff. Like, if they're going to be kicking about and still touring together, when was they got together? Download, wasn't it?
Last year, 2 years ago, something. It wasn't very long ago.
I thought it was a few more years ago.
No, I think it was only 2. I think it was probably 2 years ago. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago that they got back together and did some stuff live.
Yeah. No, I thought, I think, with Scars on Broadway being released and stuff, I'm just hopeful, really, that this could be a stepping stone towards new music from System.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. I'm less posy about it. Like,
after listening to that and going, okay, if they're not going to do it, then.
Yeah, it just seems to me a little bit like. I mean, there's obviously Darren Malakian's obviously like, right, I need to write music. I need some sort of output. Yeah, and I know Chavo's like come out a couple of times and said he's bang up for writing new music, but then
Chavo's always been up for
exactly. He's always up for writing new music because he's like an excitable puppy. He's like just chasing his tail, going woo.
That's exactly it. So
it smacks to me that it's Serge that's just not into it, or
I think it could be Serge.
He's just got other things in the pipeline that he wants to do more, like his sort of arty-farty stuff.
Yeah, but I quite like his arty-farty stuff.
Yeah.
But
I don't want. The last thing I would ever want is a System of a Down record that's half-assed.
Yeah.
Like the Soundgarden when they released that King Animal thing, and it was poo. Yeah. And just like the amount of bands that come back and they go, we're writing new music. Yeah. And then you're like, just don't.
It's like without being horrible, but Machine Head.
Oh no, I like Catharsis.
I've not been too fussed on it.
I like it.
It's all right for what it is. It's a new album out there, but
don't get me wrong. I haven't gone back to it a huge amount since. And if I'm gonna go, if I've got my Machine Head's albums sat in front of me and I'm gonna listen to one, there's one of about 3 that I'm gonna listen to.
Well, you're going to see them, aren't you?
Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
I'm so excited about it, and it's bang out of the blue as well. I didn't think I was going to get to go, but our other friend Chris, who is another Boldy metalhead, so we have the numbers, sir.
Hey, hold on. I've got our other Chris with the dreads.
Oh, chicken, yeah.
Touche, motherfucker.
We need a few more. If there's any Chris's out there that like metal and you are either long-haired or bald, get in touch because we could start a 5-a-side league.
Yeah, we totally could. Yeah. That'd be fun. Other things this week. Slayer.
Yeah.
On their final tour in Europe.
Yeah.
The lineup is insane.
Yes and no.
And no? Go on. What should be?
Okay. I mean, should we go through the lineup first?
Yeah, the lineup. So they've got Obituary out with them.
Yeah. And whose last album was really good as well.
Oh, it's
like for a band that had been going as long as Obituary to come out with
keep putting good not just that. They were playing the likes of the Engine Rooms in Southampton, which holds about 400 or 500 people. And now they're off to do an arena tour.
Yeah, that's great. It's great for them, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Who else was there? There was Anthrax, which makes sense, one of the big 4.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Anthrax fan, so I'm not really bothered.
So is that where it lets it down for you a little bit?
Kind of, yeah. I think that's... Yeah, go on, keep going, sorry.
And then they've also got Lamb of God out with them, which is massive.
Yeah, I cried
in a way, for me, seeing Lamb of God on that is like a passing of the torch.
Yeah, it does seem that way. Yeah,
that's how it feels to me.
Yeah.
Because obviously Obituary have been around for ages. They were, you could put them in the same sort of league as the Big Four.
Yeah.
And then obviously Anthrax being one of the Big Four.
Yeah.
And then
Obituary are on that kind of outskirt thing, a bit like sort of Testament and
they are,
Exodus
exactly.
and things like that, but obviously with more death metal and stuff in it. But yeah, I definitely agree with the Lamb of God thing, and I think that they're natural successors to Slayer. I know there's a huge amount of Pantera and stuff in them, and but when everyone bangs on about who's going to be the next Metallica.
Well, this is it,
I mean, in my book, the next Metallica is, it's Avenged Sevenfold. They're here. They're already here.
No, you're right.
But yeah, there's nobody ever says, "Oh, who's the next Slayer?" And actually, I don't want to sort of say that Lamb of God are just because they're way better than that. They are their own thing, and they're fucking great. But yeah, it definitely seems like Slayer going, all right, these guys could pick up the mantle and be that band that brings real heavy shit to people.
Yeah. And
almost like force feeds them
they do.
Heaviness.
Oh my God, do they ever? But for me, Lamb of God, just that band has everything going for them.
Yeah.
They, to me, are one band that have never really put out a bad release.
No.
Never.
No, I don't think they have.
No, they've always been solid. They've always had, everything going for them.
Yeah.
And I can see just nothing but great things in the future.
Yeah. They're fucking great band. Yeah, my only beef with the lineup is the Anthrax. I get it totally makes sense, and Slayer want to do like a celebration of their career, and
and they've always been great friends and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense to have another one of the Big Four. I just think that spot could be given to a younger band. Like, there is no young blood on that tour.
To me, now, with no disrespect to Obituary, because they're brilliant, but that's the slot I reckon a younger band.
Well, either of those. You've got Slayer and Lamb of God. That is a massive tour in itself.
Yeah.
So why not? Metallica are brilliant for it. Metallica
they've got Kvelitak.
They've taken Kvelitak out. They gave Gojira their shot when Gojira was smaller.
Yeah.
They've given Mastodon their shot when Mastodon was smaller. They've taken out littler bands and made, and they've put them on big stages, and it's no surprise that those bands have gone on to do bigger, better things.
Yeah, exactly.
So Slayer could, on their last tour, go, do you know what? Why don't we keep our ears to the ground and take two of the best take Power Trip.
Oh, do you know what? That makes so much sense.
Just take Power Trip. Get rid of Obituary. Get rid of...
It makes all the sense.
Take Power Trip out and take fucking... just another one of the absolutely standout... I mean, this is a UK and Europe tour, isn't it?
Even if they carry on, with the legacy of thrash, there's so many bands out there at the moment which are doing the thrash sound and doing it well.
Yeah, or mix it up. Throw Employed to Serve or somebody like that in there. Somebody that is just legit fucking heavy. Venom Prison, something like that. I know I'm picking people from that Trivium tour, but I think...
Yeah, but that tour was, I think what Trivium done on that tour was the best thing for new metal, as in coming forward.
Yeah.
Not the genre.
Yeah.
But... for a band like Trivium, who've been around for quite a few years now, and then to go, we love the new music scene, we want to keep it vibrant, so we're going to take these smaller bands and we're going to just get out on the road.
And that's what I loved about it so much, and that's what pisses me off a little bit about this Slayer tour, that they don't seem like a band that give a shit about new music anymore. Like, they were small at one point.
Yeah. Everyone starts small.
Exactly. They were smaller. They could really have done...
They only used to play the small venues in San Francisco at the time.
Yeah. But being their last tour, do you know what I mean? Like you said about passing the torch.
Yeah.
If this was Metallica's last tour, you bet your fucking ass that Metallica would be taking the creme de la creme of the new bands.
Yeah.
Because Lars Ulrich lives and breathes new music.
He does.
The same way that Trivium, like, I'm always seeing online that Matt and Paolo are just constantly like, this new band, this new band, this new band.
It was like when they gave the shout at the end of the gig to the likes of Creeper and Milk Teeth.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bands that you'd associate with... Trivium.
Yeah.
But
just good fucking music.
Just good music.
Yeah.
Exactly, new stuff. And I just think that's what it needs more of. Going off on a slight tangent, but
no, not at all. I think it fits with with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think just a bit pissed off with Slayer for it, but I am going anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go to that. Although the worst experience I had in a pit was at a Slayer gig. It was at actually at Sonosphere, just a bunch of burly biker men.
Yeah.
I'm never doing that again.
I'll kick their ass.
Keep that on the sky.
It's weird that we talk about Lamb of God actually, because me and my brother were coming up with so in my little band, like we're always taking a piss because our bassist Chris hates meatloaf. And I was talking to Chris the other day, and I said that maybe we should do like a Meatloaf, like a Lamb of God style cover of a Meatloaf song.
But out of hell.
Call ourselves Meatlog. So I haven't had time, but I'm pretty sure someone's already done that because it's fucking genius.
Oh, it's got to have done.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry,
it's all good. What else have you been on your news items?
That's about it, to be honest. That's about the
I've got a couple of other bits and pieces. Pearl Jam. They
old, yeah.
Yeah. Old, but still always releasing. Well, I say always releasing. The last one came out in 2013.
Right, yeah.
But they've said that they're not going to be. They've got new music recorded and stuff like that. They're not going to be releasing it anytime soon. The most pointless thing ever.
Yeah, don't tell anyone then, just keep it yourself and fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's like Steven Spielberg going, I've just made the greatest film since E.T. But you ain't going to see it.
No.
Well, shut up then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to use my catchphrase, get in the fucking bin.
I mean, I love Pearl Jam. They're brilliant. But
I'm alright with them.
But it's just, why would you do that? That's like career suicide in some ways.
It's just daft. Like, I don't know, it's just a bit daft.
The only other thing I've got is Ultimate Guitar website.
Yeah.
They've got their community, and they've been given the top 25 nicest guys in metal.
Oh, right.
So I won't go through all the list, but I've got the top 5. So at number 5, Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I have heard. He's a golfer though, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's not really a metalhead anymore. He's just a golfer.
He's just a golfer.
Yeah.
Number 4, Tony Iommi.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like an horse chap.
Yeah. Number 3, Bruce Dickinson.
Brucey D.
Proper countryman with his ales.
Bruce Dickinson.
Flying his aeroplanes.
I'm slightly surprised that Bruce Dickinson's come up as number 3 because he can be a right dick in interviews apparently.
Oh really?
Like yeah, he can. Like if he's not feeling it, he can. Like sometimes I've heard a few people talk, and some people have said he sat with me for like 3 hours and let me ask him every question about every topic on the planet.
Yeah.
And he was great. And then when he has his off days, he's just he just wants
all
to
I
be
want to talk is this and that's it.
Yeah, or he just wants to be as awkward as fucking.
Yeah, but everybody can be like that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Number 2, Rob Halford, Judas Priest.
Yeah. All old boys.
Yeah, so it's common thread, right?
Yeah.
Number 1, Rob Trujillo.
Rob Trujillo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he is. That's because he's a dude.
He is a proper dude.
He's like Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
And/or Ted.
And/or.
Yeah.
Well, especially since he's crossed over in so many genres. What?
Yeah. He's like a bass playing. He's not only like a bass playing master, but he is also the actual embodiment of Bill and Ted and Wayne's World.
He is. Yeah.
If they had like some sort of dreaded like surfer dude child, it would be Rob.
You know, apparently Bill and Ted 3's on the way.
Yes, it is.
And I can't wait.
Put fucking Rob in there.
Yeah, put Rob in. Put him on as a cameo. He'd fit so well. I'd love that. But the one thing I hated is on that website is they turned around and they went at number 0. Now I don't know if this is just a joke or whatnot, but apparently they said because he's not in metal. They still think he's one of the nicest guys you ever meet.
Dave Grohl.
No.
Oh.
I would say that.
Yeah.
I would have said that. Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons is a fuck nugget.
Exactly it.
The man is a total fucking... The man's a weapons grade plum. He's a fucking idiot, that man.
To be fair, I don't know anything about the guy, but
he's the most narcissistic fuck on planet Earth.
Yeah.
He has managed to turn what is just a rock band, sorry Kiss fans, it's just a fucking band, into like Disney
But yeah, everything you would think of, there is a Kiss merchandise on it.
Kiss condoms, Kiss fucking anal bleaching kit, Kiss, I don't know, my ass, Gene Simmons, you're a tit. He's a tit. An absolute tit. I'm hoping it's Zero because they're saying Zero because he's a fuck nugget.
Well, no, apparently they said it was because he's not in a metal band. So
who did this?
Ultimate Guitar Key.
Well, they're Bellends. You're absolute Bellends. The man comes out every 15 minutes and goes, yeah, Rock is dead.
Rock is dead
because Kiss aren't making music anymore. Get in the fucking bin, Simmons.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right then, let's head over to what we've been listening to this week.
Exciting.
So this is exciting stuff.
I think our top album for both of us that we've been listening to is probably the same album.
Parkway Drive.
Drive, God. Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. That is contendership for my number one album this year so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Like, I am so in love with that album. It's just got everything you want. Everything. Like, it is Parkway, but then it has the sound of Slipknot. It's just... My God. It's, King 810.
Yeah. On Shadowboxing.
Yeah.
Shadowboxing is probably... It might be my favourite track on the album just because it is so different.
Yeah.
Winston full-on raps.
Yeah.
It's a full-on rap.
It is, yeah.
With his little, like, growl, but full-on rap. And then that... When it just breaks down, it's just so fucking almighty heavy.
My God. Like, I cannot justify how good that album is to anybody. Like, so far, for me, if anybody goes, what's been the best thing this year?
Yeah.
Straight away, I'm handling this.
Oh, mate, I'm chuffed that you love it so much because I really fucking love it.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was expecting after Aya.
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
Because that became a bit more of a, like, not poppy, but...
I loved Aya.
It was definitely like a current track.
Yeah.
It was definitely like something that was what Bullet for Valentine wanted to do. Make it contemporary.
Yeah.
But they've gone back on it on this one, and they've just done everything. I think it's just a big album of their inspirations and stuff like that.
I think this is a step on. I think this is down the same path as Aya. I think this is the evolution of Aya. This is like, because they've simplified things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you listen to Atlas or Deep Blue and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I was
going to say about this. Fast and so intricate, and all the guitar is so like.
Well, this album is just digestible. You know,
it
is totally worth it. Like, even for those that may not be massive into metal, I thought they could digest this album.
I definitely think that this, and I don't think it's an accident. I think this album has been specifically written to put them on huge stages. This album is ready for This is ready for festivals,
and I can't wait to see them this year.
Oh, they're going to absolutely download that second stage.
I am going to lose my shit.
Smash it. They will absolutely smash the place. They could be the only, but I think they're the only band that are on that weekend who have a genuine chance of
just having the world as their oyster now.
Well, I think they're the only band that have got a genuine chance of overshadowing Guns N' Roses.
Yeah,
because that weekend is Guns N' Roses. They've already won Download Festival.
Oh, they've won it hands down.
They turn up and they've won it. Like, everyone's
I remember seeing them at Sonosphere, and even though I think it was their guitarist who had a broken leg, came out in the wheelchair.
Yeah, Bumblefoot was it? Or?
Yeah. And just ended up still playing. And
Parkway, of course.
Parkway.
I was like, fucking.
Well, I was going to say where you go.
Sorry,
I just went with it.
Just correct me. Just say shut up.
Yeah,
dick.
But yeah, no, he came out in his wheelchair still.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely killed it.
Yeah, they're phenomenally good live.
I'm trying to think where they are.
I just think this album is going to propel them to much, much bigger things. I think it's radio ready in some respects, and I don't mean that as a disrespect.
Here's where they are in the sense of in Grass Pop when I go out there.
Yeah.
They are headlining with the second stage.
Yeah.
Over Avenged Sevenfold.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, and in between them is Killswitch Engage. So basically, on the lineup, it's Avenged Sevenfold.
Right.
Then it's Killswitch Engage.
Yeah.
Then it's Parkway Drive.
That's the weirdest booking. Like, don't get me wrong, Parkway, I think, are a better band live than Avenged. I think they are consistently better.
Oh yeah.
They don't release bad albums.
No.
And totally worth their thing. But Avenged are massive.
They are huge, but yet they're not headlining the second stage.
That's weird.
Let alone being on a main stage.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's
weird.
only because of the way the festival's set up. The two main stages are next to each other.
Right.
So you have one band play, and then as soon as they've finished, 10 minutes later is the next band.
Yeah.
So they just keep interlinking.
Right.
So you don't have to go anywhere, essentially.
Yeah.
It was like the Sonosphere line, like the first and second stage. You only had 10 minutes to like go from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill.
Right.
To keep catching the bands.
Yeah.
So it worked out well, and I think it will work out well for that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, this album is fucking great, and even if you don't listen to metal as such, if you are into more old school metal, like Van Halen type stuff, you like those guitar licks, you like those.
That's a very good way of putting it.
There's Van Halen all over this.
Yeah, there is.
Like those leads on the guitars are so big.
Yeah.
A bit like, the comparison with Vice Grip, when they released Vice Grip and everyone was like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Well, they've turned all that up.
They have, massively so.
But they've also turned up the gruffness, I think. There isn't a song, don't get me wrong, there isn't a song on this like Bottom Feeder. They don't have that.
No.
But they have got the opening one too of Wishing Wells and Pray.
That Wishing Wells,
Pray.
what an opening track.
Pray. Pray might be it's probably in my top 5 Parkway songs ever. It's fucking brilliant.
I can justify that, yeah.
It's so
but
good.
I'm like that with Wishing Wells as well, because I love that.
Yeah.
That is just a great opening track.
Yeah.
What else have you been listening to?
Okay. I've listened to a lot of new singles.
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't been.
It's been a lot of singles. I have listened to a couple of albums that I do want to talk about, and they are good. But holy feckin' shitballs.
Go.
Vain.
Okay, explain.
Right, so they've released a new single. They've only got 5 tracks in total at the minute. They've got a 4-track EP that lasts 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they've got a new song called Virus Vibrance.
Virus Vibrance. There's a lot of V's in this.
Wow. Honestly, my mate Graham said to me, have you heard it yet? And I was like, no, shit, I haven't. I put it on my headphones last night, and it's only 2.5 minutes long. I must have listened to it 15 times. Yeah. Just on a loop.
See, I've done that with the likes of Turnstile last year.
Yeah.
When I first heard about Turnstile.
This is going to absolutely blow your socks off.
Yeah. What in comparison sort of thing are you looking at?
Right, so if the debut Slipknot album was played by... If the debut Slipknot album was played by a fucking hardcore band...
Wow.
Yeah. It is so good. It's
wow.
It starts with this, like on Eyeless, you get that, like, drum and bass.
Yeah.
Like, bah, bah. The drums go well drum and bass in this.
Really?
It starts with this
sounds interesting.
Weird drum and bass bit, and then it goes all over the place. There's electronics thrown in there, but the riff in it is so stonkingly heavy. It is fucking brilliant. I was listening to it in the car today, and I wanted to blow my speakers up listening to it, because I went to see Silosis once, and they're the only band that I've ever seen where everything was so heavy it made me feel physically sick standing and watching it. Like the bass drum.
It's a bit like that with Decapitate when I saw them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, their guitar tone on this makes Decapitated sound like Coldplay. I am not
really.
I'm not fucking with you.
Oh my gosh.
It's so low. It's so heavy, and they keep doing this. They're kicking with this massive riff, and then they just keep doing these like slides, but it just bottoms out. Doom, like these drops on like everything, just doof, and drops out, and then it goes fucking mental again.
See, I love a good drop. I do love a good drop.
Honestly, this song is.
I can only imagine what the pick's going to be like for that.
There will just be people tearing their own face off. If
you could turn around and kick your own ass, you would.
Exactly, yeah. I would kick myself in the face to this quite happily. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
No, I think I have to give that a listen.
You have
to send me the link, because
you have to listen to it.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
If not, we're going to try and make up a Spotify playlist
Yeah.
And we'll put it out there for you guys to listen to. So we'll put this definitely in there.
Yeah, this is on my little blog one as well. So if you wanted to check that out, then yeah.
Awesome. Another single. Baby Metal.
Okay, yeah, I had heard this was out.
It's just Baby Metal.
Yeah. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I'm not a fan, so...
If you've loved what they've done in the past and you want to keep on the same thing, there you go then. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Don't get me wrong, I kind of get it. I'm just not really that interested.
No, same. I've not...
I have heard that it's more power metal than stuff that they've done.
It's slightly more power metal-y. But again, you know, the girls growing up and everything like that, and bands evolving. It's all right for what it is.
Yeah.
But if you just love baby metal, then you're going to love it.
Yeah.
To me, there's not much of a progression.
Fair.
So...
Worth listening to, though? Or
yeah, give it a listen.
Are you excited about an album out off the back of this track?
Do you know what? I was hoping off the second album, the album with karate and stuff on, I was hoping that was going to be amazing, but yeah, once you've heard it once, you kind of heard it all.
Do you think the gimmick is up?
It's getting that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many other Japanese bands that have come through. Like when we first done this, like got this going again.
Yeah.
I did a little thing about new bands from Japan coming out.
Yeah.
But what's surprising is the most of the bands coming from Japan, at least in Jamaica then, from Japan, is all female based.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a band out there from Japan apart from Crossfave that are really, you know, male orientated anymore. It's all cool. Female.
It's cool that it's cool that the scene is seen out there.
Female massive, but
yeah, it's cool that if their scene is quite. I mean, it kind of reflects the UK scene, really. I mean, our scene at the minute is really heavily dominated by fucking epic females.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my God, is there ever? But
that's cool.
What else have you been listening to?
We're talking about female-fronted bands.
Go.
I've been listening to a really. I've been listening to a shit ton of punk, really. This without realising it, I have listened to quite a bit of punk stuff.
Yeah.
And the Interrupters.
Oh, I've listened to this.
How fucking good is it?
Oh, it's amazing. I love the Interrupters.
Yeah, they are brilliant band. They are.
From what I heard last time, when they went on tour with Green Day, they completely smashed Green Day out.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. The Interrupters are the best. I genuinely think they're the best scar-tinged punk band since
Rancid.
Since Rancid, they 100% are. And that last album that they did was probably my favourite thing in that style since An Outcome of Wolves.
That was only last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. This one, I think this might even be better than anything they've done on that last album. It's just so
it just
good.
has to be there on that three album curve now.
It's just so bouncy and happy, and I put it on like bank holiday when the sun was out and stuff, and I was just listening to it with a massive shit-eating grin on my face. Yeah, I must have looked like some sort of deranged chimp.
You know, they're another one of these bands that I feel with our, the metal music, rock music, whatever, punk. I think they're one of these bands that, again, you can hand to somebody and go, give that a listen.
100%. If you like anything ska based, if you ever liked Real Big Fish, or if you like Madness,
but then, I was going to say,
like
even if you go back to the original ska stuff, the Specials, the Madness, Bad Manners, you'll love this.
Absolutely, 100%. It's so good, but there is definitely enough punk in it. There is enough punk in it. Her vocal delivery is
she is so good.
Just aggro. It's great.
It's like she's got a whole lot of anger ready to release.
She just sounds aggro.
Yeah.
She just sounds like she's just gonna say, like, she just sounds like if you're not punk enough, she's gonna spit in your face and say, fuck off. It's great.
For a band like that, you'd expect the Death Growls and stuff like that. But this is far from Death Growls. This is
I wouldn't expect that necessarily from this sort of music.
Not from this sort of music, but from the way that she sounds, you'd expect it to happen.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's fucking great. It's really really good.
No, I love
really
it.
Good.
I've gone on the complete opposite end of things. So you've gone for the fun sort of punky sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Dimmy Borgir released a new album last week.
Mm-hmm.
it is atmospheric as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I tell you what, you sit there and you think of prog metal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It takes you on a proper journey.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it does.
Okay.
And it is just everything you want from Dilly Borgir. And they've updated their sound, they sound more current. And...
like, what is the sound of Dimmu Borgir then? Because I've never really listened to
Borgir have always been a band that have used, sort of the high atmospheric sort of... what's the tones, the keyboard tones? I can't think what they're called.
So like synthy type stuff?
Yeah, this whole...
It's a bit like Cradle of Filth where they do that kind of...
Yeah, imagine that, but without the screeches.
Yeah, okay.
The proper black metal sort of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Synthy based, but they always have this sound of epic, massive production.
Okay.
And I am just, taken back how this band are always sort of shunned over. In the black metal community, they're loved.
Yeah.
Rightly so. But they're a band that I still think can be massive.
Yeah. And they've lost one of their main members as well for this album, haven't they?
I believe so. I can't remember who.
Oh, what's his name? I don't want to say his name and then get it wrong because nobody will give a shit if I say it wrong, but somebody, Dave, I think. They've lost Dave.
They've lost Dave.
Poor old Dave.
Poor old Dave. But,
yeah, I mean, I've never massively been a fan of black metal, particularly. There's the odd album that comes out that I really like. I mean, there's...
right.
And I tend to like the stuff that's a bit more... Like the production value being a little bit higher. I don't really like the muddy stuff that comes out. I mean, the last two black metal albums that I've really loved was obviously The Satanist. And the other one was my mate's band, Shadow Flag. Yeah, they released an album called The Delusion Machine, and that's fucking really good because they just know how to make things sound epic and catchy. Like, that's my problem with a lot of black metal. It's not catchy. I can't find a hook in it.
Okay, so just looking through like the members that they've lost.
Yeah. And
they haven't really lost anybody since 2009.
Right.
So the last big person to leave was Vortex.
Okay.
Who was their bassist.
Right.
And then before that was Hellhammer on the drums.
Okay.
And no, that's it. So
fair.
So maybe they haven't lost anyone. I don't know. I can't see anybody they've lost.
Fair enough. But this is worth listening to if you're a black metal fan, or
no, I'd still give it a good bash.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't into it, if you want to get into more extreme stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you want to start in stone, give it a good listen to, because it will it's a great ambience. You put it in the background. I think the synth tones does slightly overdo it all.
Right. Okay.
But for getting into black metal and stuff like that, give it a good bash.
Mm-hmm. So if you like Satyricon, because Satyricon have always been the black metal band that I sort of thought, I can listen to them because they've got a bit more rock and roll in them.
They've got a bit more of the rock bomb in them. But Dude Borg have always kept to the sort of the black metal roots.
Okay.
So
cool. Okay, I'm going to really whiz through these two singles. I'm not going to say a huge amount about them because they are the two bands doing really good stuff.
Yeah.
New Comeback Kid.
Okay.
I've got a new single called Little Soldier, which is really good. It's Comeback Kid being fucking good, like they are, just pumping out.
It's a band I've not listened to in forever.
Well, this new single's really good. I'm looking forward to the album. And a band, do you know what? A band that I have never checked out, and I know they're a massive deal in punk.
Go.
Madball.
Oh, Madball, yeah.
They're
on tour, I think.
They've got a new single out called Old Fashioned, and I fucking love it.
Do you know what?
Absolutely love it.
You've been on a massive punk week, haven't you?
I have. I really have, yeah. I have.
To be fair, I've not been keeping up to date with punk. In fact, I was saying this to a friend of mine, Ryan, on the way to the wrestling shows and stuff. Because Progress Wrestling, big UK company here, they've always classed themselves as punk rock wrestling, which is brilliant because it brings like a metal vibe and punk vibe to the crowd.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I've not really been keeping up to date with any punk. There's not a lot of punk I've been listening to. So, you know, for me, I've really got to start searching into these things because they are brilliant.
Yeah, this Madball single is really good. I don't know if it's the best thing Madball have ever done because I've never listened to them, but I fucking love it, and I definitely am going to go back and start digging through their back catalogue because it's real. It's really. It's got loads of that like PMA, that you know, real kind of don't let the fuckers grind you down kind of vibe to it, but it's heavy as well. Like there's that kind of Hatebreed heaviness to it as well, which.
I do like Hatebreed.
Yeah, whatever.
Then I should like this then.
You like Hatebreed because you've got ears.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's exactly it. I'll just whiz over a couple of albums that have also come out last week.
Yeah.
Ihsan is another black metal artist. He's releasing his solo album now?
I think so, yeah.
And that's brilliant. Very sort of, again, proggy. He keeps with his black metal tinge to it, but he's always just been metal as fuck. You know, I've seen him live.
I know Matt Heffy's a massive fan, so.
Who?
Matt Heffy from Trillium.
Yeah.
He's a massive Emperor fan and massive Ihsan fan, isn't he?
So, yeah.
He loves him.
Yeah, no, I can't, you know, fault him for that. I mean, I've got a lot of friends that are into Emperor and stuff like that. And, yeah, Ihsan's always been the embodiment of, you know, all things black metal. And the other one, Shinedown. Oh gosh. I don't know, like, cause I could spill over this because I fucking love Shinedown.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes just to chat about Shinedown.
Okay, so Shinedown got their new album out and it is awesome.
What's it called?
I think it's Attention.
Oh, okay.
And it is like possibly the slightly darker sort of side of them. But it's much better than their last release. But nothing's going to top Amaryllis. And for me, they become a slightly darker band in the way that the lyric content and stuff like that. They sound a bit more gruff, and they've gone back towards the whole Amaryllis sound, a bit more full high sort of sounding. They're on the verges of metal. They're not quite metal. It's still very much rock based.
So they're a little bit sort of tough. They've toughened up a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're now like Jafar rather than Aladdin.
Yeah, pretty much. You love your Disney references this week, don't you?
I do.
What have you been watching?
Disney films.
You've been sat there with your little princess dolls, haven't you?
I've been watching a weird documentary about cults, but Disney.
To be fair, I've been playing a game about cults.
Oh, decent.
Yeah, good. The new Far Cry 5.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Go on, what's your beef then?
I don't like Shinedown.
At all?
I just think they're a bit wet. It's just not really my bag, really.
No.
I mean, you'll notice from the stuff that I've brought to the table and the stuff that I've been like really posy about over the last few podcasts, I tend to gravitate a bit more to.
I'll tell you where I feel these guys stand.
Like the kind of post-hardcore stuff rather than the straight-up rock.
Yeah.
So.
I'll tell you where these guys sit for me. So you always have like the old avant-garde of people who loved rock music and stuff growing up throughout the 80s and stuff like that. And I feel it's that crowd that really takes to them.
Dad rock.
This is what I was going to come with, mum rock, because I've got my mum into this band.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a place for them. I think if you... Personally, I've listened to a bit of Shinedown, I've listened to various other stuff. I just think if you're going to listen to this sort of stuff, just listen to Alter Bridge, because they're really good at it.
Yeah, I can understand that. Know. But for me, they're not a million miles away. I mean, the difference is Alter Bridge have always kept things with melody. They've always been a bit more gruff.
That's because they've got Tremonti on guitar, and Tremonti is a massive metalhead, like a full metalhead.
Another man that's released a single this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
My friend Ian actually texted me the other day. He goes, "Have you heard the new Tremonti single?" I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh.
So
fair.
I need to get onto it. Apparently, it's really, really good. So, but yeah, no, they Alter Bridge are the slightly more, melodic side of things, whereas Shinedown are very much watered down, ready for to be accepted by everybody.
They're US radio rock, aren't they?
That's exactly what it is. It's for the planet rocket people.
Yeah, fair dues.
So,
bit of variety for us, for the people out there.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good. I have got one more album that I wanted to talk about.
Go.
Because I fucking love it. It's really good. It's really, really good. Limbs. Limbs. It's called Father's Son.
Okay.
And I did make a couple of notes about it. I thought, what can I hear?
What can you hear in this?
So, they are a kind of post-hardcore band, bit like the sort of Norma Jean type stuff. So, quite emotionally charged, kind of fat sounding, like Palm Reader, stuff like that. Post-hardcore, but there's bits of Radiohead in there.
Bits of Radiohead.
Yeah, there's little flashes where they go sort of Radiohead. There is a whole massive spoonful of like Stick to Your Guns or Comeback Kid, that kind of more upbeat hardcore stuff. Architects.
Really?
Yeah, his vocal style's quite similar to Sam Carter, which I've got absolutely.
I was going to say you get an absolute boner when you listen to them.
I do, exactly. And there's, to be honest, there's a whole fucking chunk of earlier dates. So like There Is a Hell, There Is a Heaven era, Bring Me the Horizon. It's really fucking good, this album. It's really good. It changes track to track. Well, not even track to track. Halfway through a track, you'll get like this real big beat down like riff, and then it'll go into this Radiohead style, like ethereal kind of tinkly bit, and then it'll go back into a beat down, and then you'll get this like real big chorus, like Stick to Your Guns kind of sing-along chorus.
Okay.
And there's one bit, and I can't remember the song it's in, but I love it. It's only about, it's a second long, but I love it. They're full on going for it, and then there's a little bit of like a break in the song, and then there's this clap. They all do like a gang clap, it's like cha 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 cha, and then it goes back into it. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. To
be fair, that was like when I first heard of Necrogoblicon.
Yeah.
Like, they're not everyone's cup of tea, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But when they have this little segment in it, in one of their singles, where they're full on going for it, and then it just stops, and then for about 5 seconds they have like a little sort of trancey dance bit in it.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. But I know what I mean. It's things like that really stand out.
I don't know why it is that little bit that I love so much. It just puts a big smile on my face every time I hear the little and then it goes into this really heavy stuff. I just love it. Limbs, definitely.
What sort of track's that on? Do you remember?
No. But just listen to the whole album because it's really fucking good. Okay. It's really good.
Okay, I'll give that a listen.
Yeah.
I'll give that one a go. So, well, that's it, I think, for me.
Yeah, I haven't managed to listen to a huge amount more, to be fair. I haven't gone deep into anything other than that Limbs album, which is taking up most of the time.
So let's now go and say, hey, it horns up to Death Magnetic.
Death Magnetic, yeah.
So, this is their release back in 2008, so September 28, 2008. This year being the 10th anniversary of it, really. Which I don't think anybody's going to even fuck about, but
it doesn't seem that way.
No,
which is why.
But this is the thing. So Death Magnetic came out. I remember this is when I really got into. This is 10 years ago when I was becoming a massive fan of them.
Yeah.
I was just researching them, reading the biographies, everything, and then they said they were going to be releasing this, and I put the pre-order in everything. And I remember opening it up, listening to it, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I did.
The opening track was very Ride the Lightning style. And that's what people wanted at the time. People were always saying, well, if you're going to release something, at least make it sound like, Ride the Lightning, which to me, in some ways, I'm a bit pissed off with, because people always say, well, make it sound like your old stuff. Well, why should they? Why can't they evolve as a band? And for me, this is just an evolution period in the time, because they came off the back of Saint Anger, which, I don't know where people stand on it. I don't give a shit where people stand on it, to be fair, because you take it for what it is. You either loved it or you hated it. I don't give a shit, but you could say that about many of their albums, because they're all different sounding. Yeah. So, on the back of this, they're trying to be, heavier than they were, and trying to get back to more of the original style of where they were in the late 80s and stuff like that. But this again is another evolution period where they've just grown as a band again, and they sound like their age in a way.
Yeah, I agree in some respects. So, a bit of background. This again, a bit like you actually. This was kind of the first Metallica album that I felt was like my Metallica album.
Yeah,
just because I know I'm a bit older than you, and therefore I could have been listening to Metallica when I was much younger, but I wasn't. I was listening to Ja Rule. Because that's how I rolled.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I started getting into metal. I started going into their back catalogue, and I was like, yes. And when this came out, I was like, thank God, yes, new Metallica. I haven't missed them. They haven't just passed me by. This new Metallica.
Yeah.
I was really pumped for it, and I bought it. Absolutely loved it. Looking back on it, and at the time, I was just like, yes, because my favourite Metallica albums are the first 5 albums.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly my 2 favourites are probably Ride the Lightning and Justice for All. Probably my 2 favourites.
We've both got Justice tattooed on us.
We do have Justice. Yeah, that is true. So I loved the fact that they went back to that kind of. At the time, I was like, yes. There's thrashy stuff on there. There's fucking fast guitars, and there's the double bass is back, and it's all. And I was like, yes. Looking back on it now, I'm a bit with you. I think. Actually, I don't think this is an evolution for them. I think this is almost a nostalgia fest in some respects.
In a lot of, but that's because that's what the fans wanted at the time.
And this is the first time Metallica ever bowed to fan pressure.
Yeah,
First
I can see
and
that.
last time they ever did.
Yeah.
Because after, I think their reaction to this, and the fact that they then, don't get me wrong, there's still some tracks from this album they use in a live set.
Yeah.
This album is just for the day that never comes is worth writing.
Yeah.
Because that in a live set is fucking brilliant.
But for me, one of the standout tracks to this was Broken, Beaten and Scarred.
Yeah, not so much for me, but I did like it.
I love it. I think, for them, it was more of a case of getting back on the heavy side of things and trying to, speed themselves up, which I think they've done quite well.
Yeah. Again, when I come back to the fact that this is the first time they bowed to fan pressure, and you notice after they recorded this album, we got Lulu.
That's not good.
But then Metallica wanted to do Lulu.
Which is fair. I think, to be fair, you've got to look at it as Lou Reed at the time was, he is a great influence on, the rock and punk side of things.
Yeah.
And for the likes of Lars Ulrich being possibly a massive Lou Reed fan, I think
it's James that's a huge.
Is it James?
I think James is a massive Lou Reed fan. Yeah.
To be fair,
Winston McCall also likes Lou Reed.
Yeah. To be fair, there's quite a lot of people. He's like an unsung hero.
Yeah.
In the world. And I don't know. I feel they wanted to do the whole Lulu thing.
Yeah, I think so. And but I don't think they would have done it had they. I don't think they would have been so compelled to do that had they not gone. Oh, let's okay. The fans really want a thrashier, faster kind of back to our roots album. So let's do it. Let's do that. Because Metallica don't do things that people want them to do.
Band, are they?
Lars Ulrich does things to spite people half the time. He's like, fuck you, if you want me to do this, I'm going to do the exact opposite.
Fuck you, I'm going to take away your free music off Napster, so...
Yeah, they just... Metallica have always had, particularly Lars, have always had quite a punk kind of ideology.
Do you think
he doesn't do things?
Do you think that, the cultural things there, with the fact of his Scandinavian background?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But, so, I mean... As I said, I came to this album quite like you, but I do think, I do. Looking back now, I still love this album, but looking back, I do think, I wonder whether they actually really meant this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Whether there was any meaning behind any of it.
Yeah. Was this an album they really wanted to make, or was this an album that? Don't get me wrong. If this is an album they didn't really want to make, then fucking hell, look how good a band they are.
This is it.
Because if this is an album that they were like, did we? Let's do something for the fans. Yeah. Fuck me, this is something great for the fans.
I think this is a pinnacle time for Metallica, because if you look at the fact off of the back of... In 91 they done the Black Album, which was a massive album for them.
Yeah.
Broke all kinds of radio got them back in the mainstream. And then you come off Load and Reload. So it was the MTV era, and they very much kept with the crowd on that.
They kept with the crowd. They went, oh, Alice in Chains are good, didn't they? Let's be like Alice in Chains.
Exactly, yeah. And then they go off and they do Saint Anger, which again I think at the time was very contemporary for its time, because things were starting to pick up, things were starting to get heavy and fast again, because you had the likes of Slipknot and stuff about, in the new metal era. So this was.
Do you think maybe this is like almost the opposite from what I've said? Do you think maybe this is them going, how do we stay contemporary? How do we stay current?
In a lot of ways.
Let's not try. Let's not try and stay current. Let's just release a Metallica.
To be fair, I think that with more of the latest album, of Hardwired, I think that's them saying, let's not give a fuck what anybody says. Whereas Death Magnetic, in some respects, I can say, that they were trying to keep contemporary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is like an ode to their old stuff.
I think it is, even the artwork and the name of the album and
it's just very much an ode to everything they've done.
It's not an accident that the cover of Death Magnetic has got a coffin on it.
No, exactly.
Master of Puppets is covered in them.
And I think,
and you've got a coffin, and then you've got all the kind of lightning-esque stuff coming out the side of it. It's like,
do you know who I think has a big part in this?
Go on.
The producer, Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
I think he's turned around and said, right, what made you guys big?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just taken it and going, right, this is how it needs to sound.
Let's distill it, That's what Rick Rubin does. That's why you go to Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
Rick Rubin is the guy that...
Well, he's the godfather of the record industry, really.
Yeah. Rick Rubin's the guy that peels all your layers away and finds out what kind of band you really are.
Yeah. Oh, big time.
And maybe that's what he did with...
But he's so diverse and stuff, because he's written albums with the likes of, I think, Adele.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. Yeah, loads of people.
So he is the go-to guy in the industry.
Yeah, if you want to make an album that sounds like you, and just you, then you go to Rick Rubin, because that's what he does.
But yeah, this like I said, this had every bit of success in the back, because they're a Guitar Hero game out of this.
Yeah, and this is the best Guitar Hero game.
It was, yeah.
Not just as a Metallica fan, just as a Guitar Hero fan. I used to love Guitar Hero. It's the best one by an absolute country mile.
Oh, exactly.
It plays better than any other ones. Like, the song choices on it are great, really varied. Did you see him on this album?
What, live?
Mm-hmm.
What year was it? Yeah, I did actually. I was at Sonosphere 2009.
Ah.
Yeah, they performed the second day. It's the first time I ever saw Metallica live as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you know what? The first time I saw him was on this album.
Yeah.
It's the only 2 times I've seen him actually was on this album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him twice on the same tour. I was really lucky. My friend Chris, Boldy Chris, hello Chris. He is part of the fan club, like the Met Club. They did an album release party for this.
Oh, right.
At the O2.
Yeah.
Only for fan club members. And they could take a +1 sort of thing. They were £5 a ticket.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yep. So it means...
Right, here's the comparison. I paid 200 quid on the last tour. 200 quid. Granted, it was a resale, but...
Yeah, so it cost me £5 to go and see Metallica. First time I saw Metallica. And that was at the O2 Arena, and it was wicked. Like, the whole place was kitted out all ready for it.
Why didn't I know this?
The O2, whatever it's called, the little bar in the O2, that was
the Indigo.
That's it. That was kitted out as a kind of pre sort of gig club.
Yeah.
And they had the Metallica Guitar Hero game.
Oh, no way.
Before it was on sale, all over the place. You could sit and play Metallica Guitar Hero and stuff. It was a really, really good fucking thing.
Yeah.
Apart from the very long-haired ginger guy who was a row in front of me, who, because I was in the seated section, who was constantly whipping his hair around and just hit me in the face with his beautiful smelling hair. Genuinely, I've never ever been around a man with hair.
Fucking stop doing this! But you got great hair.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it slightly lower so I get the breeze, but I don't get whipped. It's a very odd sensation.
Do you know what? I've had a recent problem with that, with whipping my hair in crowds. You're at a metal gig, you're going to be expecting it.
Yeah.
Fucking grow up.
Well, yeah, but it was very long. He's lucky because had his hair not smelt so lovely, I would have kicked him over the barrier.
The only saving grace he had was
exactly
his hair.
Yeah.
But
you never know how close to death you came.
Well, this is it. Was this the first album with Rob Trujillo on? Or was this
No, this is the second because he was on St. Anger.
That's right.
I think this is probably the first time that he had any
input
though. I think St. Anger was pretty much written, done and dusted by the time he came in.
Yeah.
Or at least it seems that way.
So in a lot of ways this was his first album in a lot of ways, I suppose.
It feels like that. It definitely feels like Rob's first album as a proper member of Metallica.
Yeah. And, you know, there are bass elements where it just reeks of Rob.
Yeah.
You know, he's just... I think he was the missing piece they needed.
Definitely.
I mean, all due respect to Newsted, you know, he was all right.
Oh, yeah, Newsted's great.
I like Newsted.
And the best thing about Newsted was he loved every second that he was on stage.
Yeah.
He was the most kind of like, yeah!
Well, yeah, because he was a massive fan of Metallica, and then he was just a fan who went out for a tryout.
Yeah.
And I think that was the downfall in a way, that Metallica chose a fan rather than...
I just think they was just really screwed up by the death of Cliff, that they didn't know really where to put that growth, and they just put it in.
Do you think that Rob would have got the same treatment?
I think Rob probably would have got the same treatment had he been around at the time.
Yeah.
I just don't think Rob would have stayed around for it. I think he'd have gone, fuck this, it's not worth it.
After being... you know, made the nicest guy in there.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think he would have put up with it, to be honest.
No, I can't see it.
I feel a bit for Jason. But, so on this album, we both sort of wanged on about it and said that we both agree it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
What's your favourite track on this album?
Ooh, that's a good one, really, because there's so many. Cyanide is brilliant.
Yeah?
Cyanide. I do love Cyanide.
Cyanide's good, yeah.
I don't know.
I've just thought of the other one that I really love, and now I've got three in my head, and I'm going to...
Go on.
My three favourite tracks. I think the best track on this album is The Day That Never Comes. I just think it's...
They've slowed it down.
Well, it slows down. It does that brilliant thing that Metallica do with One and things like that, where it's slow, and it builds and builds, and then it goes fucking bonkers.
Out. Yeah.
And I love that. And every time they played it live, it sounds massive. Yeah. And it just fits perfectly with the old material and everything.
Yeah.
The other two tracks on it, my two favourite tracks,
go.
Either All Nightmare Long.
Yeah.
And I think, thinking about it, the one that just hips it, I think, is the Judas Kiss.
The Judas Kiss, yeah.
I love
My
the Judas
Apocalypse
Kiss.
is pretty good. I like My Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's not bad. What's your worst song on this album?
Worst song? Oh, good one. The Unforgiven.
Unforgiven 3? Oh, no, I think it's good.
To be fair, I can understand why they've done it. It's an ode to.
Yeah.
But,
I think this is good. I think The Unforgiven 3 is better than The Unforgiven 2.
Nah.
I do.
Nah. I mean, like I say, I'm a massive fan of theirs, and I can understand they've done a part 3, have a trilogy, why not? But I don't think it keeps with the structure of how the other two were.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. When thinking about, I'm not going to include Suicide and Redemption as my worst song on the album because it's an instrumental, I don't think it counts.
They've only done it once ever before, and that was on Orion.
Orion. No, they've also done Call of Cthulhu, and the Call of Cthulhu is probably my favourite instrumental track of all time. To be honest, I love that track.
Yeah.
Although I do. Anyway, I'm going to get sidetracked. I think it's probably the second track, End of the Line.
End of the Line. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think after it starts, because the start of this album is amazing. What's it called? That Was Just Your Life.
That was just your life.
Yeah, which is wicked.
I think like I said, it opens up as a Ride the Lightning sort of.
Yeah, it opens like a gig.
It does.
Like, that song is brilliant for opening gigs because it's got that heartbeat kind of dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
You can just, when you're listening to it, you can imagine the lights go down, dum dum, and then you can just imagine ding ding, and you can just, the lights go up, they're all on stage, and it just goes ballistic. Yeah. And then it kind of goes, and it trips over its shoelaces a bit, I think, with End of the Line.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of, I think that's my only real...
It drabs.
Yeah, it just kind of...
It's what Metallica do though, aren't they? All their tracks are like 6-7 minutes long. Yeah, and especially with Suicide Redemption, it's 10 minutes long.
I just think I think that my only problem with this album, looking back on it, is it does stumble now and again.
Yeah,
it's not like, and I get that. It kind of makes sense really, because they're older fellas. Like when they wrote that, I know they're older now, but they were older and more mature and kind of they have to slow down at some point.
Yeah.
And this album is almost like watching them live, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not having a pop.
No, far from it.
But they have to slow things down. And this album almost sounds a little bit like they are trying so hard to go so fast and so rapid all the way that they go, and they go out the gates like a bat out of hell, and then they go, oh, fucking hell, I'm knackered. And they stumble a bit, and then it picks up again once they've had a bit of a rest. Because it happens every now and again. I think Broken Beat and Scarlet, I don't. I
think it's a good fast track.
I think that The Day That Never Comes is wicked, then All Nightmare Long is wicked, and then Cyanide I think is another stumble.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not great.
Cyanide, I quite like Cyanide. It's just, it is, again, the whole slow down, fast up. And I think they're just brilliant at what they do, to be fair. And again, as a whole with this album, it was just something they needed to do. Just get it all off their chest.
Yeah.
You know, and start fresh and go, this is our sound now, and this is how we're carrying on. And they did that brilliantly with the last album.
Do you think this was almost like a full stop on, that's what we used to do, that's how we used to write music, this is how we used to write music?
Well, I'm not saying it's a full stop on that's how they used to write music.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a fact that this is our sound now, and this is how we're going to keep with it.
Yeah, but the new album is totally different to this. This is way more thrashy than the new album. It seems to me like this is kind of them going, look, you all wanted it. You wanted us to get thrashy again. You wanted us to go hell for leather.
Yeah.
We have, but we've revisited stuff. We've rejigged. We've looked at the first 4 or 5 albums, and we've given you a bit from all of them.
Yeah.
Be happy because it ain't happening again. We're doing what the fuck we want from now on.
I can see that, and I can agree. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Definitely. No, you're definitely right on that. But
I could be. They might turn around and say, Chris, you're full of shit. And I'm sure Lars listens. Hi, Lars.
We can only wish. But as a whole, it's brilliant for what it was when it came out.
It's still a great album.
Yeah, if you're a Metallica fan, it's what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, it's not the one that I reach for. Like we said with Machine Head earlier, it's not the one that I'm going to reach for if I want a Metallica album. But I can tell you that there's probably 2, maybe 3 tracks off that album that are still in my gym playlist.
Yeah,
because they still make me want to run through walls.
There's a couple of tracks that I go to all the time.
Yeah.
But that's that. So we'll leave it there then.
Yeah, I think that's
another day.
That was just our life.
That was.
Yeah. I can't remember the next lyric. That was just yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Right, we'll take it easy, people. Again, check out the Facebook page, YouTube page. We've now got it on SoundCloud.
Yes.
So if you want to take it on the go with you,
download it. Listen on the go.
Listen on the go.
And listen to that Vain single because it's fucking mental.
I'm on that. Take it easy, guys.
Bye bye.